Reverse 1999 is an upcoming gacha game. Having played the Chinese version, I'm here to share the good and not so good aspect of the game, so you can decide if this game is for you. Let's kick things off by diving into the game's most standout aspect. If you've caught a glimpse of the game's trailer so far, it's evident that developer aims to deliver If Hoyoverse is considered to master 3D animation in anime style, Blue Poach, the developer behind the Reverse 1999, has really nailed live 2D animations with a cinematic touch. The game's artwork is generally breathtaking. Because characters are rigged using live 2D, they can adapt to different poses based on scenarios. Additionally, subtle animations also enhance the scenes, making the visual novel portion of the game more engaging. Beyond the expected stunning static CG that accompany the visual novel sections in most gacha games, there are also a plethora of animated cutscenes scattered throughout the game as well. The game is also voiced with a diverse range of accents, and unlike many other gacha games, even the event stories are voiced. The game really comes to life when it comes to delivering the narratives. The event in themselves also feel like a full story chapter in terms of size and content quality. Moreover, every game update comes with a new cinematic trailer that is at the same quality as the one we have on release. You can tell the developer has gone to great length to make the animation as natural as possible with how natural and smooth the menus are. Also, while this is somewhat of Outlander, an Unleashed Ultimate is extremely cinematic to the point where I got a little bit scared of a potential jump scare the first time I saw it myself. Overall, Reverse 1999 offered the most cinematic visual novel experience I've seen any gacha game I have played. If that appeals to you, this game might be right up your alley. Of course, at its core, this is a turn-based RPG, not just a visual novel, so let's shift our focus to the The game's combat captured the essence of a gacha game very well. At a glance, it appears effortlessly simple, catering to the casual audience. Controls are limited to moving skill, using skill, and use toning skill. Despite having a somewhat unique combat system, the initial learning curve is very shallow and friendly. And just like many other gacha games, the complexity lies within the characters. The developer have crafted characters with distinct playstyles, and there is underlying synergies that you can create within your team. Once you reach the later part of the game, you'll also encounter diverse environmental interactions and special modes like UTTU. This additionally broadened the chance for you to test out different strategies with your existing team. So if you're someone who appreciates a relatively laid-back combat experience, but also want to have some level of strategy and customization, Reverse 1999 might just be the game for you. Now, the combat system is not without its flaws. Outcome can sometimes hinge heavily on RNG. You're essentially playing the cards you're dealt with, and occasionally the RNG might just stack the deck against you, like flooding you with attack cards when you desperately need a healing one. Furthermore, the pace of combat might not sit well with everyone. Although the game offers an auto-repeat feature for stages you've already beat, the initial playthrough for each stage has to be done manually. Given that this system adopts a comprehensive turn-based approach, after the planning phase, you will have to wait through the entirety of allies' turn and enemy's turn before you can control again. Considering the animations are somewhat slow even at 2x speed with unskippable ultimate animations, the combat can feel very drawn out. So if you like a more fast-paced experience, this is something to consider before diving into the game. Now, looking beyond the combat, gacha game often hinged on another crucial element that is very important to players. Acquiring characters is merely the starting of a gacha game. In Reverse 1999, character progression is split into a few pieces. First, let's delve into the level and insight system. Upon reaching a character's initial max level, you will need to increase their insight level before you can level them further. Increasing insight level will not only increase their stats and unlock more levels, but also unlock new passive that can change their playstyle completely. Then there are two systems that can be loosely considered the gear system. The first part is the side tube. Think this as a character's weapon. Obtaining through farming and events, they come with fixed stats and unique passive. They require to be leveled individually and are not tied to any characters. The second part is the character resonate. Well, it's not a traditional gear system, it bears many similarities. Each character possesses a unique grid where you can fit these modular puzzle pieces to boost their stats. The resonates are tied to each character, and as you increase its level, you will unlock new puzzle pieces and more grids. You can also adjust this grid anytime you want in order to prepare them for different content. Unlike traditional gacha, neither of the systems rely on gacha or RNG. If you're growing wary of your system dominated by random substats rolls or having to pull for signature weapon for your favorite character in a separate gacha, Reverse 1999 might just be a breath of fresh air that you need. While the progression system does not rely on gacha and substats, the game does have a stamina system. The pace noticeably slows down as you transition to the mid-game. With a limited amount of stamina, it can take more than a week to accumulate the essential material needed for one character's leveling inside and resonate. Well, this won't be as big a deal for later on. Once you're able to pre-farm for new characters, the mid-game really can feel somewhat like a drag, especially if you're completing all the event content, which in honesty can take a while, thanks to content like UTTU. Now, for those who dove into beta, you might have noticed I haven't touched onto the portrait system. That's intentional, as I plan to dive into it when we discuss the real heart of any free-to-play game. Reverse 1999's gacha borrows elements from system we gacha players knows too well at this point. Like in Genshin Impact, it has 2.5% rate boost kick in from the 60th pull onwards and pity at 70 pulls. There is also the familiar 50-50 system for rate up banners that guarantee the banner rate up units for every other 6-star you pull. The rate is much higher than Genshin, with base rate for 6-star units standing at 1.5%. And there is also the tried and true gacha rebate shop that refreshes every month. Now, with that out of the way, let's look at the portrait system. This is this game's version of dupe. Now, certain characters seem very modest enhancement, others undergo almost transformative changes to their playstyle once dupes are integrated. Fortunately, the game's generosity toward free-to-play players is very commendable. You get about 110 pulls per patch in a similar fashion to Genshin Impact, and with higher rate with no weapon banner, this seems to be quite a good amount. Plus, while having portrait make your character stronger, the additional power is not imperative for the endgame content. The game also doesn't have a TP system, making portrait even less important and only something you would go for if you really want it. Outside of the gacha, the game also has skins. Some skins can be unlocked at inside level 2 or through event shops, while others are exclusive to Battle Pass or in-game store. Now, none of them provide any combat stats, so they are only here for those who want the actual eye candies. While I personally find Reverse 1999 to be quite free-to-play friendly, it's ultimately up to you to determine if this monetization approach resonates with you. I generally believe this stands out as one of the more player-friendly and engaging casual gacha games released this year. My time as a free-to-play on the Chinese server has been so far enjoyable, and I believe this is one of the more free-to-play friendly and engaging casual gacha game that's releasing this year. The game is getting released on October 26, and I hope this video will help you decide if you want to pick up the game on day 1 or not. This has been Steam by X, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.